What were the last my cat is? I'm maybe gonna talk. Don't mind me drinking Coke in the morning because that is technically my coffee of the morning. Yeah. I have these amazing chocolate breads from my favorite bakery. I love Belgium for this, but this is not in whole Belgium. It's only like in a few provisions, but this bakery, I want to marry it, and I am so happy that I grew up with it and that I still have it in my life. Thank you.
I just finished these Hollow Vows. Dead ending. No, don't talk to me. I said in the last video that it was so boring. What were the last 200 pages like? What the fuck was happening? I eventually gave it 4 stars. No one talked to me. Like, what is this ending? No, I need the second book. No, but I don't have money for the second book, so I don't know what to do. What the hell? No, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. No. Hello guys, welcome to this new part of the video. My cat is here. Oh my god, I'm so happy to have him here. But anyways, I just came back from IKEA. I forgot the film. How smart. I was so dedicated to get the bookshelves that I forgot to film. But I have them. They're still in the car. Don't show your butthole. Don't do that because he does it a lot. Okay, so I just have to. He's gonna show his butthole. Anyways, they're in the car. We're gonna bring them inside tomorrow because my dad said it was too dark outside and he would probably hit some things with this stuff and maybe break my shelves. Look how much he cares about my shelf. Like, my dad is a reader too, so maybe that's why. Anyway, so those are still in the car. We're bringing them inside tomorrow and we're gonna build them tomorrow. So the vlog continues tomorrow where I'll build them. I'm gonna try and convince my dad I am going to build them, but he needs to help me place them because they're pretty heavy and I am not that strong. Anyways, I started a new book in the meantime because we actually came home later than expected because we went eating out in that city where IKEA is. So in the meantime, I started The Shadow of the Gods and I'm currently on chapter 3. I have to start with chapter 3. I have to start with chapter 3. And I read 2 chapters already today, which I'm pretty happy about. But the chapters are so short. But I don't know if you ever opened a copy of The Shadow of the Gods, but there are so many words on the page and they're like really small written, but actually it reads so much faster than these Hollow Vows. And that's probably because I am more enjoying this book than these Hollow Vows in the beginning, and I eventually switched to my Kindle for these Hollow Vows because I was not enjoying the book at the beginning. I could have continued further with the physical copy eventually after it became interesting because eventually gave it 4 stars, as I said. But I'm gonna talk about these because in the last clip, I just finished the book and I was like, I am not ready to talk about this. And I don't think I still am, but I am going to make a reading wrap up from December at the end of this month. No, at the beginning of the next year, and also a video of all the books I read in 2024 because I read more than a year before. I am so happy with myself. I still have 2 books to go to hit my reading goal. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and do that. I'm also maybe going to, after this video is filmed, I'm maybe going to make a video of me trying to hit my Goodreads reading goal of the year, where I set myself some goals to achieve in the next days. I hope I can at least finish 1 book more or 1 book higher than my reading goal. But The Shadow of the Gods, I was going to talk about that, not about something else. But I am actually pretty much enjoying this. This is such... poor baby. My cat is looking at me. Look, my cat is really... I'm going off to another subject again. But my cat is really clingy today because he has been sick today. He, not the look. Anyways, so, he has been sick today. And I think that, no, I searched it up online on Google what it means when your cat is clingy, and it says for elder cats, that means they're sick. One of the reasons, and he's sick today, and he's an elder. My cat was 3 years in 2018, and that is 6 years ago, so he's 9 years. My cat is 9 years, so he's pretty old, but he's still going strong. That bitch going strong, like, girl. He's amazing. Anyways, back to Shadow of the Gods. I am actually pretty enjoying this already. Like, when I opened this book, I was so intrigued with the little letter font thing, letter size, the text size. I was really intrigued by it, but it reads faster than I thought it would, because I actually enjoy the story. Because what I like with books is, if you go in a book, you have to be already in a situation, so no, like, explaining how the world looks. I want that, like, what the world looks like, I want that throughout the book, like, throughout, while things happening. And that is what keeps me intrigued about a book, and what keeps me reading the book, because I love the explanation about the world and how the world looks, but I need exciting scenes, like really crazy scenes at the same time. Why are you judging me, sir? He's judging me like so bad right now. What's wrong? Look the other way, please. You want me to pet you? I think that's it. Yeah, that was it. He wants me to pet him. Okay, so and this is exactly what that book has. It has a storyline, and it has world building in one. So it's both in one. It has a plot, it has a world building, and that is what goes throughout the book, I think. And actually, in the first chapter, they found a dead body. And in the second chapter, there was more of an adventure. And do you know what this gives me the vibe? And it's probably because it's high fantasy, and that's probably why it gives me that vibe. But this gives me the vibe of The Witcher, but the series, like the Netflix series. I'm actually watching The Witcher with my dad currently, but I'm probably gonna buy the books in hardcover from The Witcher, and then read the whole series. I hope getting them next year. I maybe have work next year, like not a full-time job, a student job, and I hope I can, earn money so I can keep buying books, because I have no self-control. I should probably save money for my own bookstore, but I ain't doing that. No, but I should. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should. Because I really want my own bookstore since I was a kid. I've always thought about it. Or being an author. No, that was my biggest dream as a kid, being an author. I was always like, I was 6. I was 6 when I wrote my first book. And it was like paper that like A4 paper size that I cut in half. And I stitched it to each other, and then I wrote a book about vampires. I didn't know. I first learned writing, and I was like, I'm gonna write a book. I don't care. Because I was always like, when I was 6 years old to 7 years old, that was also when we started reading in school. But I also started reading books at home. So I have always been like this little, I don't know, nerd. But somewhere around... But as a kid, I never paid attention with how many books I read. Because the first few years of high school, I didn't read that many books. Not for fun. I did read one book that I can think of for fun, and the rest was all for school. Yeah. But I know that, like, as a kid in elementary school, I always went to the school library, and I would always get books. And I had books at home, and I would read those at home. And then the books I had in school, because the books you got from the library at school, you had to leave in school. So I had to put them, like, in Belgium, we have, like, these tables, these school tables, where we have, like, a sort of, like, opening under the table where we put all our school books in, also reading books, school books where we're working. And the teacher, we never took our books home. Okay, Zima. We never took our books home. That may be weird for non-Belgian people. In high school, we didn't do that anymore. But in elementary school, we always put it like in the table and then left school without the books. When we did have to make tasks, or if we had tests to learn for, we could bring them home with us, but bring them back the next day because that was not done if you didn't have them with you. Anyways, so enough of my life story about reading books, because I can keep talking about reading books and loving books. And yeah, I grew up technically with the For You Girls Only books. I don't know if they have that in other countries, but it's actually, I think, a Belgian thing. But the For You Girls Only books were like books about a group of girls, and it was like a friend group, and they had all the books of them are about that friend group, and you follow another girl in each book. But I only have one book of that series, but I kept rereading it as a kid. I think I read it twice as a kid. I finished it twice, and I was like so proud of myself, like I finished this twice. And what book did I also read? No, but also one book I read as a kid. What was it? It was this one book about a teenage girl and her parents split up. And yeah, they split up. And she had, with her dad, she had a life in the city. And with her mom, she had a life in the farming kind of thing, like, you know. And she had different friends at both places. So in the weekend she was on the farm, or like, you know, the place with the horses, a ranch. She was at the ranch with her mom in the weekends, and through the week for school she was with her dad in the city. She had like perks and good pros and cons from both places, but she kind of hates her stepmother and she really likes her stepfather, so she actually wants to stay with her mom more than with her dad. And then things happen and she falls in love for the first time. It's like about teenage girls. I used to read that as before being a teenage girl, because I thought it was cool, because I thought it was like, is this how teenagers are? Is this how teenage years go? I only read the first book because the second and the first book are both on my shelf. I only read the first book, but I never read the second book, but I really, really, really want to read that one time. Next year, reread the first one and read the second one. I'm weird. I don't mind. Look, I count myself still as a kid. I'm 19. I'm technically still a teenager. So why can't I? And it's not like someone forbids me. Okay, I think I sound weird right now. But were there other books that I read as a kid? Oh, the Fantasia books from Geronimo Stilton. I read those, a few of them. I read them pretty quickly, like they were so easy to read. And now I'm like reading high fantasy. Like I was such a Fantasia girl from Geronimo Stilton. And now I'm a fantasy reader girl. Whoa. Well, I never realized how much I read as a kid, because I thought it was not a lot, but I actually did read a lot. Because even in school, I finished a few books in elementary school. I think at least every year I would read 2 books, which for a kid is a lot, from 6 to 12 years old. Sorry, okay, so sorry. From 6 to 12 years old, 2 books a year. Sorry, but in my ears, that sounds like a lot. Because maybe for Americans or for other people, like English people, or for other people in other countries, you may think like, Laura, that's not a lot for a kid. You have so much free time. In Belgium, we didn't. We didn't at all. Like, you know, exam seasons in college and in university, we have them. We already have them in elementary school, or I used to have them. Not exam weeks, but we had like the test weeks. And we had a week full of tests, and then we still had classes and tasks to do. I had that with Christmas and at the end of the year, and we had to learn for it. Like, I still remember that, but I don't know if it was right or if it happened. My parents are like, did that really happen, Laura? But I'm like, I'm sure it happened. Like, they don't remember it, but I remember it so well that we had these test weeks every 2 times a year. We had these test weeks, and it was like a week long of tests. I hated that so much because I was always crying doing my exercises, and I hated that. I am very sorry for my rambling. I hope you enjoyed this rambling, and I'll see you tomorrow in that clip, or maybe there's going to be a next clip where I'm reading. I'm not sure, but maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I'll see you after a few hours or after a few minutes. I'll see. Anyways, see you in the next clip. Okay, sorry guys for the side of me. You can see my phone through my glasses. I'm very sorry. Sorry for the side of me. I haven't filmed anything today, and as you see, the two bookshelves are standing already. Now the thing was, I built them today, but I have my period, and I don't know, I was so irritated. I was so angry at everything. So I was like, mostly of the time while building my bookshelves, I got angry at it not working. So that's why I didn't film. I was also getting angry because I have a top on right now, like a long sleeve top, and it's like kind of a crop top, and I hated that every time I turn my back to you guys, you would see my whole back. And I was getting angry at that. And then I was like, okay, I shouldn't have worn that. I could have worn a sweater. And then I got angry at that. So I was like, maybe it's not a good idea to film today, or not right now while building these bookcases, because I am really, really angry today and irritated because of my period. Probably girls know the struggle. Anyway, so the bookshelves are standing. I'll show you them in a closer look in a minute. So this is my old one, and I already moved some books to there. So I'll show you an overview. Okay, that was the overview. This was actually the vlog, because I'm maybe gonna talk a little bit more about the Shadow of the Gods in a minute, but I had a really shit day. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry, but I'll explain in a minute. So, as you know, I'm on my period, and I was just having a really, really, really bad day. I'm sorry for that, and I didn't want to like give you guys the side of me being angry at everything, because I was really angry, because I still filmed, but I was like, okay, I have to delete it because I was getting angry at everything. Maybe there are a few shots I can put in the video that seem normal, but it's not that I have anger issues. Every woman will understand my point, but when you're on your period, you just or it is for me. I don't know how it is for other women, but it is for me. If I'm on my period, I'm a whole nother woman. I am not myself anymore, and I was just like, okay, today is not the day. I just want to be calm, make my bookshelves, and and that's my day. Read a little bit, lay in bed, lay downstairs in the couch. And that's what I did. I actually did that. I was not in a mood for filming, and I was like, okay, but I have to film me making the bookshelves. I'll just put I'm going to put some clips after this clip, so I will do that. But I was also not in the reading mood, kinda. But I did read 6 chapters? I don't know, let me count. I stopped reading on chapter 5 yesterday, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I read 5 chapters. I'm actually enjoying this book. It's actually really good. I couldn't focus today because my cramps were really bad, and I had a really drowsy feeling today. I was really sleepy and really EP, or whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to chill and rest, but I still did a lot of stuff. And then I realized, I looked at my school app, then I realized, shit, I forgot to make a task for school. I feel literally so stupid. Like, how did that happen? And I felt bad the whole day. Like, I was stressing because of school, like my tasks, and I was constantly thinking about it. And then my bookshelves weren't working, and then my period, and I just had a really shit day. And I'm not about to make another video about me talking about mental health, because I already did it in the last video. I can keep talking about it, but I can't. Not today, because I'll just do it in every video if I keep doing that. I know myself. But anyways, I did try to put on candles to calm a little bit. Yesterday I took a bath, so I'm cleaned up. What do I also wanted to say? Okay, so I'm actually, about this book, I want to finish it next week, Tuesday. And I read 5 chapters today. I normally had to read 8, but I didn't. I have to read 8 chapters a day. No, something more. About 9 chapters a day. And then I should finish it by Tuesday. Tomorrow I have school, so because I wanted to read more today. Because I have school tomorrow, and I was like, okay, today is not working out. But I'm gonna read 9 chapters, so I have to read till chapter 19 tomorrow. I hope you like this vlog, and I'll see you all in the next video. And I hope you can bear with me still. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!